Oh boy, thanks for joining me after it finished at Molineux. Wolves 2, Burnley 3 on this last October league game in this 2025 season. It's painful. There's still 87 points to play for, but it looks like we're doomed. If there's any crumb of comfort in the table, West Ham got beat this round. So, I mean, could have been worse, West Ham. Yeah, none of the other bottom three teams won. But I'm just looking for any crumb of comfort. But from the start 11 from last week, João Gomez and Doc were dropped. Hervé was back, and who was the other one? Bellegarde was back. But what can I say? It's just a painful video to have to do, because I know Burnley would have been fancying it, but if we can't beat Burnley at home, it's not looking good. Burnley, one of the newly promoted teams, are now 8 points ahead of us. 8 points. Sunderland, before today's fixtures, were up to second. I know they've been overtaken now, but now and Leeds, the other promoted team. So now the nearest teams to us are like Forest and West Ham. So at least them two both lost their fixtures, but we've got to be looking at ourselves. It's not good enough. Is the manager going to survive? I don't know. I don't know what Fosun are doing. I don't know. But yeah, in the first 5 minutes of this game, Burnley were dominating us. They had us penned back. We couldn't get out of our own half, basically. And our goalie had to do a diving save from their player who hit a volley. But after 5 minutes, ironically, we should have took the lead, because Rodrigo Gomez used his pace to break away. But it was a pretty woeful finish, and left an easy save for Dubravka. But yeah, I noticed as well that we were crossing the ball a lot, as early as we could, crossing the ball, especially from the left. I don't know if it's because Larson has been complaining that we haven't been getting the service, but they took the lead after 13 minutes. It was like a Route 1 goal. Hartman played a long ball up to their striker, Fleming, who hit it first time. Perhaps Krejci gave him too much space, took everybody by surprise how Hurley hit it past Johnson's diving right hand. We were pushing, but they looked more likely to score than us. On the break, they almost hit us again after 21 minutes, when there was Brun Larsen was through, and it was a last-ditch tackle by Hugo Bueno, saved us a goal. And then after 26 minutes, there was a mix-up. Krejci let the ball bounce, and their player was just about to chesting it past our keeper, and then our keeper just stuck out his right hand, and he just diverted the danger there. But 29 minutes again, it was too easy. A move down their left wing. I think it was Hartman again, played it in for Fleming, who was having a tussle with Santi Bueno, who was too weak, shook him off the ball. They checked it with VAR, but they were both pulling each other, and that was 2-0 into the roof of the net. He's got to be stronger than that. Santi Bueno, got to be stronger. He's got to get in the gym. He's got to do some weights. 33 minutes, Monetti had a feeble header from Andre Cross. And 39 minutes, I was surprised because I didn't see that penalty at first. I didn't think it was a penalty, but after looking at it on the replay, possibly, yeah. But that gave us a route back into the game. Larson, his first league goal of the season, his third in all, as we know. And then a couple of minutes after that, there was a good run by Bellegarde. Took his time, worked it through, crossed it. Krejci got a nick back and Molineux headed it in, and we went in. I don't know whether we deserved it, but half time we went in 2-2, and in the second half, yeah, we did most of the pressing. We did all the pressing, and Arias had a tremendous free kick after Bellegarde was brought down, and a good run, and it crashed against the bar. When Molineux had a shot against the bar against Brighton, it ricocheted off the goalie's back and into the goal. But this could have easily done that, but small margins in football, especially at this level. But not long after that, Arias and Andre were taken off for João Gomez and Wang. You could see the manager, he was going for the win. A draw at home against one of the teams that you're likely to be fighting against relegation with. So he's made those substitutes. But yeah, Hugo Bueno, he had a decent game. Hervé went off, Chachua on. But Chachua, he didn't really impress me. He was very negative with his passes. I don't think he was much better, if any, than Hervé. Molineux was through on the break, but being pursued by Kyle Walker. And as he was trying to dink it through to Wang, Kyle Walker, he just got the clearance. He does what Kyle Walker does. Rodrigo Gomez had a shot, he skied it after a spell of pressure, including a Bellegarde shot. And again, trying to win the game, he brought Wolf and Tolu on for Hugo Bueno, who looked like he might have been injured or it could have been cramp, and he took Molineux off as well. But that goal was a real sickener. It was our throw-in in our own half, and we somehow contrived to lose it. And they had a break, and their striker, South African guy, poked it past our keeper. Now that was a real body blow. And even after that, 95th minute, Santi Bueno had a shot. It was past the goalie. It looked like it was going to be a goal, but Dubravka stuck out a strong left hand and saved it. One of the saves of the season, and could have been a dramatic finish. But the next game is on Wednesday night. Got my tickets yesterday at the Carabao Cup at home to Chelsea. Chelsea lost yesterday as well, so they're a bit under pressure. But there was unrest in the crowd. Larson confronted one of the fans in the South Bank. The players looked gutted at the end. But is this the end of the road for Vitor Pereira? It's a possibly an untenable decision. Gary O'Neill got sacked last season, but he had a few more matches than this. But who's out there? There was some talk about Leroy Rosenior the other day. I think he's managing Strasbourg in France. He's got them up to third. Deitch, they were talking about him before, but the other day he's just been appointed by Forest. But if Vitor Pereira is sacked not long after signing a new contract like Gary O'Neill last season, people usually say give them 10 games, and we were 1 point worse off than this at this stage last season. But what's going to happen? How long will you leave it? Because we're looking doomed. But as I said, there's still 87 points to play for. It's still salvageable. The last couple of seasons we've been in a pretty bad situation, even when Vitor took over last season, and when Lopetegui took over, when there was after the 22 World Cup, it was bad. But what's going to happen? It's not looking good. But whatever happens, we'll still keep supporting the Wolves. But let me know what you think. But it finished Wolves 2, Burnley 3. Not a good day for us. And thanks for joining me. Up the Wolves.